Welcome back to the Arkansas Sports Network. Look at the man over there in his sunglasses in the middle of wintertime on the back porch.
It feels like a spring day, so I go ahead and even though it's getting dark, I'm gonna wear my sunglasses.
Absolutely, it does feel good today. It's I think the last time we talked, it was the day before the snow.
That's right.
Still got a little snow on the ground if you look out the window, but it's going away finally, and it does feel all right. But I think next week's going to be a little bit worse. As far as cold goes. So we're not out of winter yet, but what we are into is trying to get fit and calling it 90 Days to Glory. My 90 days are getting short already, but
That's
90
right.
days. 90 Days to Glory. And I will tell you, Whit, I didn't have a very good week this week. And a lot of it had to do with the snow and everything. We can make all the excuses we want to make, but that's what happened.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. When you're locked up in the house and snow, it just feels like on snow days, you got to eat all the crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a little guilty myself, but I've been locking in this week, like super calorie deficit this week. So I'm trying to make up. And sometimes you have to go to the other extreme. I mean, if you go to one extreme on a snow day, then when you get back at it, you got to go to the other extreme. It balances out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It was a little bit rough. You know, I sent you a message. I want to talk about this while we've got an opportunity here. I sent you a message you talked about your 12 incline, 30 minutes, 3 miles an hour.
Right.
Is that better than 30 minutes of swimming?
So you just have to look at the calories, calories in versus calorie out. And you have to look at the long-term goal of that. You're going to burn more calories doing that 12-3-30.
Okay.
And also you have to look at what your goals are. You're going to build more leg definition. You're going to be able to spot check your mid area with that. As far as a consistent everyday thing, I mean, swimming it'll kick your tail and it's good, but in the long run, for a long period of time, that 12-3-30 is going to help you even more.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep that in mind, and I am going to be in the gym. And one of the next 2 days, I'm going to be there doing a 12-3-30. So we're going to make it happen.
And let me talk about another myth real quick.
Yeah.
People say, oh, if you hold on to the handles, you're not getting as much out of it. False. You're getting just as much out of it. People always say that. You can hold on. You just hold on to that. Put you on a YouTube show or a Netflix or a podcast and just get involved in that show, get in depth with it, and don't think about how much time you have left. That's another thing is you keep looking at it. You're like, man, I've been on this treadmill for 45 minutes. Look up and it's been 3 minutes.
Right.
That's a killer. So just lock in and watch your show. Don't think about how long you've been there and just know that this is a necessary evil. This is something I have to do. And it's one of those things, you know.
You think if I lose weight, I can get my ears to kind of stick back out? Because I look like I don't have any ears at all. You think I can do that?
We'll pray about that.
Anyway, let's talk about food. You want to talk a little bit about food today?
Yeah. So the whole adage is, and this is what I've stood on for 27 years, calories in versus calories out. The truth is 1,000 calories of pizza will do the same for you as 1,000 calories of broccoli, vice versa. The deal is you're going to get a lot more full and eat a lot more food if you go with a lower calorie food. I mean, you may get 2 pieces of pizza or a whole package of broccoli. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm the kind of person that's like this, like somebody will bring in pizza to work and they'll say, you want a piece of pizza? I'm like, nope. And they're like, oh, 1 piece won't hurt you. You're right. 1 piece won't hurt me. But there is never a time in my life where I ate 1 piece of pizza and I ain't going to do it. If I'm going to eat one, I'm going to eat the whole thing. So don't even go down that road. Avoid those pitfalls. And that's kind of a thing. It's called a food trigger. Have you heard that term?
I haven't.
So food trigger is like, one of my food triggers is free food. Like if somebody brings in free food, that's a food trigger for me because I'm not turning down free food. I mean, you were raised like I was raised. You ain't turning down no free food. So that's a food trigger. Or go to a birthday party. That's a food trigger. Or it's your birthday. That's a food trigger. Now set yourself up where you've banked enough calories where you can do it on those days. Now, if the day before you were just right at your limit, I mean, you did the crime. Now you got to do the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just I backload those calories because I know on the weekends I'm going to eat more than I would during the week. So I just skimp and skimp and skimp during the week so that I can use most of my calories on the weekend when I'm watching the Razorbacks or when we're watching movies, or whatever like that. So just like I said this last time, you have to just become a calorie Nazi and just know. And once you get into this and once you get into the zone, you're going to know how many calories are in everything you eat. I mean, you tell me right now. And one good thing about those apps like MyFitnessPal is you type in Chick-fil-A and it'll bring up the entire Chick-fil-A menu and tell you everything, all the calories that's in everything on their menu. And you'd be a little shocked. I mean, you go to McDonald's and order a quarter pounder with cheese combo, it's 1,100 calories right there by itself. It's
so
even more than the regular Coke.
Right, right. So tell me this, again, we talked about me. I need to lose 75 pounds. I'm not going to lose 75 pounds within 90 days. Okay. So we know this is a journey that's going to start here. We're going to try to get ourselves in a good place to go to Colorado. And then this is going to continue on after. My goal right now, what should my goal be as far as food, caloric intake each day?
I mean, honestly, as low as you can stand. I mean, obviously, the lower the calories, the more weight you're going to lose. But then you get into the whole aspect of how much energy do I have and how I end up biting my whole family's head off because I've eaten a 2 pieces of lettuce and some broccoli, and my life is just not happy. So it's kind of a balance thing. Do you want to live in a world where you're just completely tired all the time, have no energy, you're mad and upset and angry all the time? Or do you want to find that balance where you're still losing weight, which healthy weight is 1.5 to 2 pounds a week? Now, in the initial stages, when you're really starting, you're going to lose more than that, but it's going to level out. It's going to plateau out. And if you can maintain that over a long period of time of 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, 6 to 10 pounds a month, if you can do that, that's good, healthy, reasonable weight loss. So, I mean, you just look at things like, how can I eat the most amount of food with the least amount of calories? And there's a lot of foods out there that are just really low. I mean, obviously your grilled chicken, your tuna. I mean, whether you like tuna or not, but that's a wonder food right there because it's high in protein, low in calories. And obviously you can't put in the boiled eggs and the mayonnaise and all that kind of stuff. But if you can eat tuna, if you can eat chicken, broccoli, those kinds of things.
Lean meats.
Yeah. And another thing too is there's a lot of different approaches. I'm a fan of carbs, good carbs, and that's because that's where all your energy comes from. If you find yourself like you have no energy at all, then it's because you're not having carbs, and that's when you need to add in some rice or some plain potatoes, things like that.
Potatoes are a weakness of mine. I really like potatoes, and of course they're high in carbohydrates as well. I mean, when I'm gaining my most weight, it's because I'm eating a potato every single meal, just about.
But if it's just like a plain baked potato, that's only about 200 calories for that plain baked potato. Where you get in trouble is adding the butter and the sour cream or frying it in grease or, cheese, bacon, all that stuff.
Right.
And that's another misconception about salads too. Everybody thinks, salads, that's good. But if you throw on 2 cups of ranch dressing and cheese and bacon and all that kind of stuff, then you might as well just eat a Big Mac. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you're not going to get any benefit of that.
What do you think about carnivore?
Well, I've had some friends, got a buddy of mine that lost 70 pounds in 3 weeks. But here's my thing. 3 months, not 3 weeks. That'd be a miracle. I saw your face and I knew I said that wrong. But here's the thing. I don't feel like that's a long-term sustainable thing. You're just not going to tell me. I mean, he was eating a pound of ground beef and a stick of butter at every meal.
Wow.
Like just eating butter. Because you can do that on the carnivore. Right. You're not going to tell me that long-term that's going to be healthy for you.
Right.
Now, I mean, it may be initially to get you started, but you're going to have to find a maintenance plan or a plan that's even more healthy. Now, if your carnivore consisted of just eating grilled chicken and ground turkey and all that, that's a different story. But I mean, there's a lot of people that swear by it. They say it helps with inflammation, with swelling. Their joints feel better. So I think it's kind of finding that balance. And that's what, you can say this all you want, but life's all about balance, and it's about moderation. I for one have been at the state in this past 27 years after I initially lost the weight where I'll fluctuate 10, 15 pounds up and down. And I came to the realization, do I want to be the guy that's sitting over in the corner at a birthday party, eating baked or grilled chicken and broccoli while everybody else is at the potluck having a good time?
Right.
You got to find that place where you still enjoy life, because I've been to that place where I've been 8% body fat and shredded, but I was mad at the world. I wasn't happy, So I think you got to find that place where there's a number that you can be happy walking around at.
Right.
And it's all about healthy too, it's all about being healthy.
Right. You want to look good, but you want to be healthy, and you don't want to be cranky and mad all the time.
And you want to enjoy life,
right. Well, I mean, how many weightlifters do you know that are actually nice? I mean, you don't know too many of them, right?
I mean, that's a whole nother story. We can get into the steroid thing too, but that's another story. They got that roid rage going on.
Exactly. Well, man, any quick tips for anybody as we get ready to wrap this up?
Tell you what I've been snacking on that's 0 calories. That is absolutely insane. The Dill Spears pickles. Do you like pickles?
Yeah.
You take a packet of that ranch dressing mix. It comes in the packet.
Mm-hmm.
Pour that whole packet in your Dill Spears. Tighten on the lid. Shake it up. 0 calories.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, those pickles are fire.
They are good. I've tried that before. It's really good.
It's 0 to 5 calories. Period. There's no calories in that. The dressing mix when you get the calories on ranch is when you add the mayonnaise and the buttermilk and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's really, really good.
Absolutely. I'll try that for sure. Now I'm going to come back with a good report. And, one of the things that we need to do is keep up with my weight. Right now there is nothing to report on that. So we'll come back next week. I'm going to have a good report, and I'm going to have done the 12-3-30 at least 3 times between now and then.
Perfect. Well, I'll make this deal with you too. I'm weighing for the first time tomorrow that since like Thanksgiving because it gets in my head. Right. So I'm going to tell you what I'm at because I'm doing for the next 4 weeks. I'm going to try to lose 8 to 10 pounds myself. So we'll go back and forth on that. I'll let you know what I weigh in the morning, and then with a week from now when we meet again, I'll let you know what I weigh.
All right. Sounds good. We'll do that. All right,
you got this, brother. You got this.
I can do it. Talk about cheat meal real quick.
So we're taking a little hiatus, and we're going to get started back with the podcast again. We're doing that in Russellville at the Co-Create Hub. They have great podcast studios. I just show up and eat, and they do all the editing and all that stuff. We got several lined up. There's the Point Remove place. That's a new place in Russellville. That's in the old Central Fire Station. Is going to come. There's a couple food trucks we got lined up. So, we're kind of easing back into, it's not going to be anything like it was before, but we're having a lot of fun with it.
Well, good. All right, man. Appreciate you. We'll talk next week.
You got this, brother.
All right, man. Whit Piker, cheat meal, fitness guru, back porch predictions, everything.
I ain't predicting nothing right now.
Come on.
I'm going to find the track and field channel and just watch that. That's what I'm on.
Well, it's rough right now to be a Razorback fan. Thank God for baseball, right?
That's right. 30 days. All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Hey, do you want exclusive content just like this from the Arkansas Sports Network? Well, join the Arkansas Sports Network's YouTube community. Simply scan the QR code on the screen or go to youtube.com/@ARSportsNet and click the join button and unlock access to VIP content you won't find anywhere else.